Welcome to San Antonio, Texas, and remember the Alamo Dome is home to the Roadrunners of UTSA, and we are fired up to get this game underway. The Bearcats will kick it away first. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the UTSA Roadrunners offense will get the first swing of the game. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
Looking to throw on second down. He's got him in the flat. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Third down, and they'll need 2 on this initial drive of the game. Now the toss. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play. And the Roadrunners getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires on the move. Finds a man on the left. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Second down coming up. He'll do it himself. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Cunningham. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. They'll come to the line for the 8th snap on this opening drive, facing a 3rd and short. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. So Sam Houston's offense has its first opportunity of the day. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
This just is such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays, so him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside will be a great matchup.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Emmanuel. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Got it behind the line. It's Mancuso. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Here comes the offense on second down. Finds his tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. They want to just keep throwing it. And the ball is intercepted. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows that. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands?
Yeah. UTSA takes over, and the offense ready to hit the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last run.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. They'll leave it with him. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. The Roadrunners headed quickly to the line.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
To the air on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down. And the Roadrunners looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He's got his man. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The big fellas line up in a goal line defense. They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Down in tight to the goal line, you saw some good movement up front by the offensive line, getting a push and giving that running back a chance.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They took it 64 yards right down the field and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Emmanuel. Gets it out fast. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. At the end of the quarter, guys, it's UTSA holding the edge. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. Give to the back. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Turns it on in midfield. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. And the Bearcats are rolling down the field. Caught behind the line. It's Mancuso. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Mancuso. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the 1st down. And the Bearcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Grab behind the line. It's Mancuso. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on third down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Roadrunners will hustle to the line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
On second down, wants to throw. He's going to take off. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Here's his offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. And he intercepts it. Looking for more room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Most defenses are lucky if you have 1 good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have 2. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
First down here with time for maybe 1 more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll put the tight end in motion. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. To the air, it's Emmanuel. Unloads to the wideout. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hand. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Rousseau. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. Going up top on first down. Got his man down the middle. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. He wants to throw it again. Makes the catch. It's Mancuso. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Looking at a 2nd and short now. He'll set up to throw. Got his man quickly. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. That's reeled in. It's Mancuso. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Fires to the wideout. He caught it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. He wants to throw it. Unleashes to the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. Fast motion from the offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Sam Houston.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. They took it 64 yards right down the field. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in San Antonio as we say hello from our broadcast studios. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the Alamo Dome.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a 1st down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
And they can't make the play on 3rd down. The Bearcats line up to punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Running game worked on 1st down. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. From the gun, the running back has it. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after him. Fires and picked off.
Man, that is just great awareness by the big fella up front defensively. He did a good job just reading the quarterback's eyes. He knew where he was going with the football, and he's like, wait, these interceptions, they're not just for the little fast guys. Us big guys can get it done too.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against him.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a 1st down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space. See if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Caught in the backfield, it's Rousseau. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. The Bearcats have pushed it inside the 20. Dialing up a second down pass play. It's complete! And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short. The offense knocking on the door, first and goal. Back to throw, it's Emmanuel. He's got it in the end zone! Touchdown, Bearcats!
And how about this play by the offense? First and goal from the 1-yard line. Everything says it's going to be a run. It's going to be a run. Nice job by the offense. A little sleight of hand, throwing the football, getting the touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. SMU is getting smoked today. This is an eye-opener. It's the type of game that can just demoralize a fan base. They're trailing by 14 to Kansas. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the Roadrunners racing to the line in the hurry-up.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now, and they may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside, probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. He wants to throw here on second down. Got his man out of the backfield. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Just drives it between the uprights. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Offense gets set for second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. Now facing a third and long. Looking to pass, it's Emmanuel. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Pulls it and fires to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, he has to throw for it. He fires a bullet to the right. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Bearcats will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. Trying to find his man on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off the play fake. Zings it complete to the right. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? They'll try to bully their way for the first. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. That's the end of the period, and Sam Houston has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Pulls and fires complete. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Still running at the 40. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. The Roadrunners are in the hurry-up.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
They make the stop, but he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23. He's going to pass on second down. He'll try to do it himself. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. And the Roadrunners are threatening in the red zone. On 4th down, flexing that muscle in the run game. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle.
Yeah, and he looked like he had the opportunity to secure that obviously open over the middle of the field. But you know how that works. Middle of the field, more defenders. Am I going to get whacked when I hit this thing? It makes those guys think a little bit. You see more drops over the middle of the field.
The Bearcats decide to punt it away. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. Touchdown, Bearcats! How about that D coming up with a play like that? That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Man, what a play by this defense. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense, trying to salt this game away and get the win. Not only do you create the turnover, you get the touchdown. Now you take a 2-score lead late in this ball game. This defense just stepped up in a big moment.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. UTSA takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. Might be looking to run. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Makes a connection. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. The play action fake. Quickly complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Looking to throw. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He'll just keep slinging it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Fires to the end zone. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. He'll try the left side. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. He leaves it with his back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. On the ground, it's Rousseau. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. 1st down here for the offense. Pressure coming. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. He's looking to throw. On the run, fires downfield. Makes the grab. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. He's going to pass. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. And his 5th interception of the game. A miracle they haven't pulled him yet.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Here comes the offense on 1st down. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.